We're big fans of dessert in our house, and if we haven't made something before, we like to throw something together on the fly. Now, the other night, you wanted a dessert, and Mommy said only if it was healthy, right? Mom? I should say Mom, because he's a teenager now.
Yeah.
So she said only if you had something healthy, so what did you do?
I looked up a mug cake recipe and then made it healthy.
So that's what we're going to show you how to do
And
today.
plant-based.
And plant-based, right. It's still a bit treaty, though. They started with probably white flour, right?
Yeah.
So what we have here is a 1/4 cup of whole wheat with another 1/2 tablespoon, right?
Yeah.
And then inside of that, we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of...
Baking powder.
You want to do that in each one? And then a pinch of salt, right? What do they call for a sweetener?
Just white sugar.
White sugar, but we're going to use...
Coconut.
Always do it towards the camera, right?
It's a bit awkward.
It's awkward to do it towards the camera, but Paul gets upset if I don't. So we're just going to mix that together until all of the dry stuff is combined. And then it called for just regular milk, right?
Yeah.
So we're using...
Oat milk.
Oat milk. 1/2 of one of these. This is just vanilla, so it's just like a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla in each one. And then it called for butter, right?
Yeah.
What are we going to use instead of butter?
Banana.
Ephraim already mashed it together. So we're just going to try to divide it as best we can equally between both cups. And that's it. Now we're just going to stir it around. Okay, so the trick here is just to make sure there's no dry bits at all. And then the trick to this when you bake it is just to try to scrape off all the stuff from the sides, because if you don't, it's just going to kind of cake on, and it's just things that you won't be able to eat. It'll just end up inside the batter. For those at home, if you wanted to make this gluten-free, what could we use for the flour?
Gluten-free flour.
Or,
Oat flour.
boom. And then just a handful of chocolate chips each. These are non-dairy. You could switch out the chocolate chips and use dried fruit if you wanted to, or you could add some nuts to this as well if you want to make it more like a banana bread.
Yeah.
What's another thing? If people don't like bananas, what could you put in here instead of bananas?
You could put in applesauce.
Yep.
Or margarine.
What's the trick to cooking this?
Put it in the microwave for a minute and...
Little treat.
For a minute and 45 seconds, and then...
Leave it inside, right?
Yeah, leave it inside for another minute.
Don't take it out right away. You gotta wait one more minute. But we're gonna do these one at a time, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's put these in the microwave and we will be right back to show you what it look like. So as you can see, these turned out pretty awesome. A warning at home, make sure, oh, you just dove right in.
Yeah.
You didn't wait at all, I had a whole speech planned. Oh, it's so gooey. I'm gonna burn my mouth a little bit, but I don't care.
Yeah.
That is really good. Like for a borderline healthier dessert, this is pretty great. You got really excited there.
It's hot.
It is hot? Yeah, watch out for the bottom. So maybe give it a few minutes to cool down. But we made this in less than 5 minutes, all told. And then maybe give it another 5 minutes to cool down and you're good to go. This also goes amazing with some plant-based ice cream, but it's pretty awesome on its own.
And the banana also gives it a good flavor.
Yeah.
It's like banana bread.
It's hot and delightful. Good work. All right, just take it. Just take it already. Have this thing. Keep it.